Yeah, thanks for coming here across the Tib Radio Network. Now, I have a very special guest in the studio with me. As I always mention, he's always like family, this fella. He's just come back from jolly old England with a cup of tea and buttered buns in the afternoon. Yeah.
Yeah, my niece's wedding was there. That is why we had to England, and we had a good family gathering. Okay, good time, and wedding was in a castle. They hired a castle
Castle.
for 3 days, and it had 20 rooms. So both sides, 10 families could stay in the bedrooms.
Oh, well.
Yeah, good food on time.
Yeah. Sounds like a fairy tale, especially with the castle bit.
Yeah.
All right, so it has been a while since we've actually had a bit of a chat, as we normally do. So today we thought what we would do is just give a bit of a revision, because we all realise how important the hearing protection is. Now, we know that there is the actual ear made up of the physical components, but there's also your hearing, which is related to language and learning. So they both are as important as each other.
Absolutely. Both are, as you correctly point out, Brendan, the hearing and language are intertwined or interconnected, because if you don't have good hearing, you will not develop a good language. That is why the early identification of hearing loss is so important in anywhere in the world, especially in developing countries, because the government know that early identification can help the right rehabilitation at the early stages in life, and then most of the children can develop a normal speech and language. And for working class people and elderly population, hearing is so important to communicate with other people and to improve in their career, as well as a social person, we need to have a good engagement with our family and friends and the society at large. So it's so important. Not only I'm an audiologist, I am saying this one. As an audiologist, I come across many clients with different type of different stages of life. They come across hearing problem, and that will have a severe impact in their social and emotional well-being.
Yeah.
So
because there is that aspect to hearing, the learning and language and all that sort of stuff, but also just hearing your favorite song, or hearing your favorite person say that they love you is very, very important, isn't it? And it's a must, because my father is at that stage now. He's in his 70s, and his hearing's kind of on the decline. So it sounds like we're more arguing than do you want a cup of tea? Is that 2 sugars? So it can get a bit frustrating, but I guess the importance of actually getting to that stage, and the prevention before it actually happens.
Yeah, absolutely right. And as you rightly pointed out, when we get older, we will have hearing loss. We like it or not, the degeneration in the cochlear hair cells will happen. And at your dad's age, 70, 80, most of the people will have high frequency sensory neural hearing loss. If you can bring your dad to me, I can try to convince him, and I can fix his problem, because the first and foremost what we need is, for elderly population, the right mindset. And they need to acknowledge that I have a problem. In our age, in 40s and 50s, when we have a vision problem, when we try to read it, it's not clear, so we acknowledge there is a problem in our vision, and then we go to an optometrist, and optometrist do the eye test, and we are happy to wear the glasses. But at the same token, the hearing problem, some older people, the problem is they don't acknowledge that they have a problem, so they are a bit reluctant. They tend to blame your father or if my father was alive. Generally, their mentality is that they blame the other person for their hearing loss. Because you are not talking loud enough, that is why I'm not hearing. So we need to, when you bring to a specialist, I am giving independent advice, and I will tell, this is the normative data, the hearing threshold in from 250 to 8,000 hertz, 20 or below is the normal, but your hearing is much lower. You are not alone. There are so many people like you. I can convince the person by showing the audiogram and the speech discrimination test. There is a strong correlation between pure tone audiometry and speech discrimination, where when a person with a high frequency hearing loss, they will miss the high frequency tones of that particular language.
Yeah.
And instead of bus, they may hear us pass. Okay, so they distort. The words can be distorted, the sound can be distorted
Yeah.
when they have a hearing loss. And the conviction, the acknowledgement that I have a problem and I need to do something about it. And we need to create a realistic expectation for the client, because hearing aid is an electronic device. It amplifies every sound, but there is a faculty we all have is called a discrimination. We hear what we want to hear.
Yeah.
And in a group situation, like if you have a partner or if you have a mother or someone, if they are talking between other people, other women, we can easily distinguish our mother's or partner's sound, because every human sound has got a special pattern, the ups and downs.
Yeah.
The Brendan has
Which
a
is very unique to that
Correct.
person sometimes. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we can just, okay, even the background noise, if there is air conditioning, fan, we can just discard the background noise, and I can pay full attention to Brendan, and Brendan can attention to Salima. So we have that faculty. And then I will tell them, the client, that during the honeymoon time, after I fit the hearing aid, the first initial few weeks are settling period.
Yeah.
When there is any problem, just you contact me, then I can fine tune the hearing aid. Now the new hearing aids are digitally programmable, lot of features it has got. So we can, any problem,
Very
with
high
feedback,
tech.
high tech. Okay, that is why people pay that much money.
Right.
And so initially, if that bottlenecks or the problem, if we can fix it, they will start loving the hearing aid, and that will become part and parcel of their life. Okay, so
Yeah.
the glasses. Okay, I love my glass. Without the glasses, I cannot go
Yeah.
anywhere to sign in.
But I see what you mean when you say that, with your eyesight, okay, you kind of realize I do have a serious problem. I just go to the thing. But with hearing, I know myself sometimes it's like, yeah, okay, maybe just a good clean out will, will fix the problem, and not going and getting it checked out before it turns into something more serious.
Absolutely. And in any human faculty, unless we lose it, we don't appreciate it. The person who loses the hearing temporarily due to ear blockage or wax buildup, as soon as I take out the wax using microsection, they have a different perspective about hearing.
Yeah.
Because even the sense organs, okay, and if you come across a near-death experience in our life, I did come across a few times, we appreciate every moment of life.
That's
Life
right.
is so fragile,
Yeah.
and the people who don't never come across the near-death experience, they just think, okay, they start whinging all the time, okay, complaining about the life,
Yeah. Why is it so hot? Why is this? Why is that? It's like, as the old saying goes, I used to complain about having no shoes till I met a man with no feet.
Absolutely spot on. I think all human faculties, okay, the pain, the sense organs, everything, we haven't seen the other side of the world. The people with the cancer and the constant pain, suffering. When I went to England, then I appreciate, because we have in Darwin, we have more space. We don't have a traffic jam.
We don't have small houses with one bathroom and having to pay £16 for what did you mention?
Cherry.
£16 for cherries.
Yeah, and our dollar with the $1, okay, it's only £50, just the double, So their living cost is too high. So that is why many British people are migrating to Australia.
And I think that that's one of the reasons to get up in the morning and just to be happy that we are Australian, because if we do have problems, we do have support systems in place, and our standard of healthcare is up there with the best of them. And just speaking of healthcare, especially when it comes to audiology, because we've talked about the actual ear, the physical ear, and the hearing part of life kind of thing, but we also know that the ear is made up of three parts. You have your outer ear, middle ear, and the inner ear, and also the cochlea, which is the smallest bone in the human body?
It's not a bone.
No, it's
Yes, the size of the cochlea is a grain size.
grain of
Grain. It's not such a small one, but it has got a 20,000 hair cells. in it.
That's right, the hair cells, and if they get damaged, would I be correct in saying that that's one of the problems for hearing loss?
Absolutely, noise-induced hearing loss.
Noise-induced hearing loss.
When we had the pitch black, and I have seen last week, I saw a squadron leader. He was part of the pitch black. He organized. He organizes 2 sets of fighter jets, and they do the fight without the warhead. The mock drill. And he did come across the challenge because he has got a hearing loss, and because 20 nationalities, 20 countries participated in that pitch black, and every national will have an accent. So when a person with a hearing loss come across different accents, he will have more problem. So that is why he needed to make sure that where he stands in terms of his hearing, and then what is the rehabilitation from the defense department.
And lastly, before you go, I don't mean to be funny about this, but you get some people where it's like you're talking to them and then they'll turn you to the other ear, like, can you repeat that? And it's, you don't want to laugh, but it's kind of like, okay, maybe it's time you went and saw my friend Mr. Solomon Jones, audience extraordinaire. It has been a pleasure, mate. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us here at Team Radio.
It's a pleasure always, Brendan. You have a person with a full of energy, a broadcaster with a full of energy and a deep sound with a passion.
Well, I think this is very important, especially when it comes to hearing and eyesight. I think they're probably 2 of the most important things. I don't know what I would do if I lost my hearing or my eyesight, but it's good to know that there are people out there like yourself that actually do care and go above and beyond the call of duty to provide a great service to other people.
Absolutely, it's a pleasure. And you feel every day morning when people call for appointment, you are worthy enough to be alive, people are, I'm helping someone, that is why they are calling me, so that's a good feeling. And please don't forget, bring your father, just convince him, and I will try to help him.
No worries.
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother.